All right, fellas, thanks again for all your questions on Ask Pritch. Here we go again, Ask Pritch, hashtag on Twitter. This week's question comes from Joey, and Joey wants to know, how did the Broncos find their next franchise quarterback? Because there's so many theories floating around about how do you find your next franchise quarterback. Do you just draft a quarterback every year? Do you draft a random quarterback in the first round? What do you do? And earlier this week on Pritchard and Cecil, I had data about why you just don't simply draft a quarterback. I don't care what round. Joe Montana, I went back to 1979. Joe Montana, Neil O'Donnell, if you want to include him, Russell Wilson, and a couple other guys are really the stories, Tom Brady in particular too, the stories in which you drafted a random quarterback that turned into a franchise quarterback. So if it's only a handful, why on earth would the Broncos want to do that? They've already missed on a number of quarterbacks. What needs to happen is John Elway, Gary Kubiak, or who's ever in charge of finding a franchise quarterback, they just need to identify who that person is. And then once they do that, go get that person. And it doesn't matter really what it costs. Now, can you trade for a franchise quarterback? I think if you're looking for experience and you've identified in previous years that perhaps a player in particular on some other roster has the ability to turn into a franchise quarterback, then explore that option. But more than likely, you're going to go into the draft and you're going to do the process. You're going to kick the tires. You're going to sit down. You're going to interview that particular player to find out if they can handle the responsibility of being a franchise quarterback. Because really, that's what it's about. The skill set's not going to be that different. Joe Montana's skill set wasn't that great. Russell Wilson, he's not that tall. But it's the it factor. It's what they're born with. And you only understand that if you sit down and interview those type of players. So I hope that's what the Broncos do. And I hope you keep submitting your questions right here on 104.3 The Fan, not 104.3 The Fan, but right here on Ask Pritch. Use the hashtag Ask Pritch on Twitter, and we'll get your questions answered right here on 104.3thefan.com.